everyone loves a good old-fashioned trivia night. But sometimes you gotta do a little homework to help you carry your team. Or maybe you just like having some fun facts to carry in your back pocket to take out whenever it's definitely the right time to share. Whatever your reason, here are 10 trivia facts. Adjusting for inflation, the highest grossing movie of all time is 1939's Gone with the Wind. Adjusting for inflation, it made $4.3 billion. However, it should be noted that theatrical runs worked way differently then than they do now. Its initial run in theaters was roughly 4 years, with multiple re-releases in the decades following its initial run. So even when accounting for inflation, its numbers are still inflated. Without accounting for inflation, the current highest grossing film is 2009's Avatar. There was a moment in time when Avengers Endgame was #1, but a re-release of Avatar saw it sitting back on its throne. While America's most famous duel is certainly the one between Alexander Hamilton and Aaron Burr, it may come as no shock that the duel often called America's last notable duel was also between political rivals. On September 13th, 1859, Senator David Broderick and former Chief Justice of the Californian Supreme Court, David Terry, met to settle their differences. Both men had previously been friends and allies, but had a strong disagreement on the topic of slavery. Terry had failed to be re-elected and blamed Broderick's anti-slavery campaign. So he sought to rectify the situation, and Terry challenged Broderick to a duel. Terry, being better trained on pistols, won the duel, and Broderick died a few days later. One of the last things Broderick said was, "They have killed me because I was opposed to slavery and a corrupt administration." You may have heard that ice cream was invented in China and brought to Italy by Marco Polo. However, the true origins of ice cream are actually older than that. Ice cream can be traced all the way back to the Persian Empire under the rule of Cyrus the Great. Though not made with dairy, instead made with crushed ice and fruits mixed together into something of a sorbet, which the Chinese later picked up and added dairy. While you might generally associate pyramids with ancient Egypt, they do not own the monopoly on pyramids. There are many places all over the world that have built them, but what may surprise you is that the country with the most pyramids is actually Sudan, with roughly 240 to Egypt's 135. There is only one letter in the alphabet that does not appear in any state's name. No, it's not Z, as in Arizona, or X, as in Texas. It's actually the letter Q. We propose cutting Florida in half and naming the other half Quarida. One of the worst things that can befall a human being is having an allergic reaction to an animal. Imagine loving all the big balls of fur out there and never being able to shove your face into their soft embrace. No pets, no kisses. Cursed to love from afar. Interestingly, this is actually a two-way street where it's possible for your animal to be allergic to humans. Similarly to the way a human might react to an animal allergy, animals will also get itchy, have trouble breathing, and their nose may run. Fear not, pet owners. Generally speaking, apart from bee stings and things being ingested, other types of allergies are typically mild in pets, and there are treatments available. If you're flipping burgers and grilling dogs, you better be ready to pass the ketchup. But back in the 1830s, you might ask for the ketchup if you had a bad case of the runs. Back in 1834, a doctor by the name of John Cook Bennett might have prescribed you the condiment if you had diarrhea, jaundice, or indigestion. There was even a time where this cure was so popular that people were selling ketchup pills. Something to think about next time you're dipping your fries. The The country that has the most time zones is France, with 12 or 13 depending on how you do the math. You see, France may seem to be too small to have that many time zones, but they include all their claimed territory from around the world. 12 or 13 depending on if you want to count the territory they claim in Antarctica or not. Here's a little bonus fact for you. The United States and Russia are tied with 11 time zones each. The largest animal in the world is the blue whale, weighing nearly 200 tons and measuring nearly 100 feet long. Its heart is nearly the size of a car, and it consumes nearly 8,000 pounds of krill a day. Unfortunately, there are only about 10 to 25,000 left, where there used to be hundreds of thousands. Not including microscopic organisms or insects, the world's smallest animal is the Etruscan shrew, coming in at 1.6 inches long, including its tail. It has an incredibly high metabolism and eats 1.5 times its body weight daily, feasting on mainly insects. Everyone knows the sun is hot. It's what keeps the planet warm. And if you ever got too close to it, you'd be done. But you know what's even hotter than the sun? Lightning. In fact, lightning can get up to temperatures of nearly 50,000 degrees Fahrenheit, which is roughly 10 times hotter than the surface of the sun. If you want to learn more info on everything we covered, be sure to check out the links in the description for all the articles we used to make this video. And if you want to keep up to date with more trivia and facts, be sure to subscribe so you don't miss out on the next tasty knowledge burger.